R&Bass is great because you guys are giving new artists a shot at getting seen.
It's a merge of so many different genres, but the foundation of it is R&B. I think it's just a great platform for the future of what the next step of what R&B is.
I think it's really dope.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Ray Romulus.
And I'm John Street.
And we're one half of the Stereotypes. I'm from New York, born in Brooklyn, raised in Queens.
I was born and raised in Sacramento. I went to college actually in Santa Barbara at UCSB, and then I moved to LA. The name Stereotypes actually originated from just thinking that we were the types for your stereo. Our members changed a little bit over the years. We're Asian, Black, we're white, we're Samoan, but we're just not your stereotypical look or sound of what you would think music would be.
I used to be a A&R at Def Jam. I was looking for artists to sign. First artist that was presented to me, he goes by the name of 3, which was signed to the Stereotypes. His project actually got shelved. About 3.5 years later, I got let go from Def Jam. And I still had a great relationship with John, so he was like, dude, why don't you just come and move out to LA? Like, dude, you can stay in my spare bedroom. And that spare bedroom was actually
the studio at the time.
Yeah, we worked tirelessly.
We treated it like a job. It was like a 9 to 5. We'd wake up, we'd all go to the gym together and just had a routine. And then we'd come back and we all work on tracks, have sessions.
Yeah.
At the time, I was living at a condo, so we couldn't really make too much noise after a certain hour. We ended everything early and
12 to 6.
We treated everything like a job, exactly. And that was very productive for us.
6 months later.
Yeah, 6 months later, we got our first hit, which was Damage for Danny DeCane.
Yeah. Our manager at the time played it for Puff, and Puff loved it. He then flew us all out to Miami to be on the Make It in a Band show, and the rest was history. We worked on Neo,
Why Does She Stay,
Raheem Devon,
I Don't Care,
Music Soul Child,
Rocketeer by Far East Movement, Justin Bieber, Somebody to Love, Chris Brown, Beg For It, We'll Be Alright for Travie McCoy, Tank featuring Drake, Celebration, Omarion, Rich Homie Quan, called I'm Sayin. One of the moments that I will always remember helping break Far East Movement for me, because especially being Asian and knowing that an Asian group got all the way to #1 record in the world basically at the time, and at that time it was unheard of.
We went to Japan and Australia and different parts of the world, and just watching 18,000 people sing a song that you created in a small space is pretty surreal.
Some of the plugins that we use a lot are Omnisphere, Massive, Battery,
Contact. We're programming on Logic.
Track the vocals on Pro Tools.
Our good friend Micah hit us up and was like, yo, I'm working with Omarion. They're looking for another song. He had a huge hit with Post to Be, and they're like looking for another song that can perform in the same way that song did. Omarion came through, and
Verse Simmons.
We just went through some beats, and he heard that particular one, and we were just all in here dancing, just coming up with just cool little lines, and Omarion gets down. That was the birth of that song. This is the breakdown for Omarion's I'm Sayin featuring Rich Homie Quan. We usually get the drums going, which I usually do, kind of party vibe. So the kick and the snare. Just add a little synth to it. So once we got that, it was just a good building block. This other sound that you hear right now is also from Sayin. Right before the hook drops, we basically took the synth sounds and filter them just to give it a different dynamic, so when the hook comes in, it's pretty strong. And what would the beat be without our tag? Ooh, it's hot. There wasn't too much with this track. Sometimes, you know, some producers or some people might think, let me just add. It's mostly about subtracting and going with what feels good. Sometimes less is more. You know, in this particular song, it was. And that's how we made Omarion's I'm Sayin.